Brian.
And I'm Severe. And we'll be your news anchors. Next up is, a call. This is the MB News. A message from the ASB president. Okay, thank you. Next up is Team 1 with the ASB president.
Hi Meadowbrook, I'm Aaliyah and I'm going to be your ASB treasurer. I'll be helping with financing and funding things for the school. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm the secretary and I organize the ASB calendar. Hi Meadowbrook, I'm Sarah and I'm the vice president. I help the president make sure everything runs smoothly and plan school events.
Hi Meadowbrook, I'm Delaney, your ASB president. My job here at the school is to make sure that everyone has a fun and enjoyable time and that they all feel welcome.
Don't forget, my dad's a banker. Bye Meadowbrook!
Time to play Minecraft.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, we're filming.
Oh sure. Next up is Team 3 with the
Character cards.
Good morning, Meadowbrook. It's Ryan with the character cards. If you receive a character card from your teacher or staff, come to room 501 and turn it into this bucket. If your character card gets drawn in the raffle, go to the vice principal's office to redeem your prize. Remember to show good character, Meadowbrook. Bye!
And next up, the words of wisdom with Team 7.
Good morning, Meadowbrook. This is Jack with a few words of wisdom. Have you ever heard the story of the man with no shoes? He was feeling very sorry for himself, walking through the streets full of self-pity and anger. Life was so unfair. Why didn't he have shoes like the others? The man with no shoes came upon a man who was sitting on a blanket, playing a flute. The music was so beautiful that it lifted the spirits of the man with no shoes, and he began to dance. "Come dance with me," he said to the man sitting on the blanket. The man replied, "I can't, brother. I have no feet." That brings me to an old Irish proverb. Be happy with what you have, and you will have plenty to be happy about. With something to think about, this is Jack. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
Have you ever wanted people to read out your personal letters?
No, why?
Because that's what we're going to do. Next stop is the MB Mail.
Good morning, Meadowbrook.
Good morning, Meadowbrook.
Hey Meadowbrook, it's Braden with the MB Mail and the Voice of Kindness. There are no letters, so make sure to submit your letters into room 501. Any nice letters you have to submit them in the Voice of Kindness box, this black box, and a question into this white box. Both will be in room 501. Thank you, Meadowbrook. Bye.
And now, a message from ASB.
Hey Meadowbrook, welcome back. Our first fundraiser kicks off September 9th.
As 7th and 8th graders remember, we've previously hosted the Wipeout Games. This year's event will be similar but new and improved. All money raised will go to student activities such as dances, spirit days, and fun Fridays. Hope you participate. Bye Meadowbrook!
Do you know what segment we should show next?
What segment should we show next?
We should show Word Up. No.
Good morning Meadowbrook, it's Hudson.
And Josh.
With the word up. The first word is source. The definition for source is a thing, place, or person that you get something from.
An example sentence for source is, cars use gas as their main source of energy. The definition for specific is detailed and exact.
An example sentence for specific is, can you please be more specific about your problem?
This is Josh.
And Hudson, and that was all for the word up. Bye Meadowbrook! Next is the Mustang Meetup.
Good morning Meadowbrook, this is Emily and
I'm Miss Vita.
with the Mustang Meetup.
do you teach here at Meadowbrook?
I teach art to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. I'm also the ASB advisor.
Where did you teach before you came to Meadowbrook?
I was teaching at Thrive at a high school here in San Diego, teaching art and design for 1 year. And before that, I was living in China, in Beijing, for 12 years. 8 of those years, I was teaching middle school in an IB school. And that was the subject of design. And prior to that, I was teaching at a university for 3 years.
Do you have any pets or hobbies?
No pets. Hobbies, yeah, I love going to museums. And I love traveling to different countries and learning about different cultures.
What's your favorite food?
I have so many. One of them has to be my own native food, which is from Iran. So lots of rice dishes and stews.
Is there anything that you would like to say to the students here at Meadowbrook?
Yes, even though I've been here such a short time, but I'm so impressed with how mature the students are. And I just love this culture of this school, that everyone is so kind and respectful and considerate of others.
This is Emily
This is Miss Beta.
with the Mustang Meetup. Bye.
Hi everybody, good morning. My name is Mrs. Emoto and I'm one of your assistant principals.
And I'm Mr. Wozniak. I'm one of your other assistant principals as well.
You've probably seen us around here at the beginning of the school year, walking around the hallway, saying hi. We're definitely here to help support you and help you in any way that you need.
And if you ever need to find one of us, we're always in the AP office, the assistant principal's office, in the main office. Come by, come say hi, say hello in the lunch yard. Don't be afraid of us. We're here to help you. And we're here to get to know you and really support you through your career here at Meadowbrook.
And so a lot of you that have been here before, so you 7th and 8th graders, you know quite a few of the rules. We do have new students. We have a whole new group of 6th graders as well. And so we just wanted to go over what to expect here at Meadowbrook. Not just the rules, but what we are about as well. So the first thing we want to talk about is our amazing community of kindness. We have a kindness community here, and that's what we like to focus on. We like to focus on being kind to others. And so every Wednesday, or not every Wednesday, once a month on a Wednesday, we will have community of kindness lessons that every class, every student will be participating in. And these lessons are focused on kindness, how we treat each other, different subjects that come up that are brought to our attention that we can address with all students. And so on Wednesdays, you'll probably see staff members and even students that are wearing Community of Kindness shirts. You can purchase those at the Mustang Market if you are interested in buying one. But that's what Wednesdays is. Wednesdays is to show our unity in our community of kindness, and then once a month you'll have lessons with that.
It's a good segue. So we'll talk about dress code next, I guess, here, and that's a popular subject I know for all of you students, is what can we wear and what should we wear to school. The bottom line is we want to make sure that we're dressed for a professional learning environment. So it's extremely important that you pay attention to your dress code, which is in your handbook. Your parents should have a copy, and you should all have a copy in your binders. It's a conversation for us to have about what is appropriate dress and what is not appropriate dress for a school setting. What's important for both of us and for all of your teachers is that we're teaching you as students how to switch between different environments. If I'm going out with friends to the beach, if I'm going to a formal dance in high school, if I'm going to a school environment or a job interview, you're going to dress differently for all of those occasions. When you're here at Meadowbrook, it's extremely important because this is a learning environment that you are dressing appropriately for school.
And so like Mr. Wozniak said, over the last couple weeks, staff members I think have been given warnings and just kind of talking to students about what they're wearing if it's not appropriate, or if students, I've had students come up and ask me about certain things with dress code. And so now that we've kind of spoken about it, you can look in your binder reminder or the Blue Parent Handbook that went home as well as to the dress code and what you can expect. If you do have questions, feel free to come up to the AP office. If there's something that you bought over the weekend and you want to wear it to school but you're not quite sure if it's appropriate, come by the AP office, bring it with you in your backpack, and we'll let you know, yeah, that's perfect for this learning environment. Or, it might be something that you want to save for when you're going out with your friends or when you're at home. Any staff member can give an infraction or write somebody up for dress code. And so that could be anybody from our noon duties to your teachers to the assistant principals. Any staff member can do that or have that conversation with you. But if you have questions about the dress code or you're not sure about it, come on in and we're happy to talk with you, or you can ask your teachers as well. But please know that moving forward after today, that students will be starting to be written up if you are out of dress code. So just follow the dress code.
That's the easiest way. And one more piece of advice on the dress code. If you are questioning whether or not you believe something might be appropriate, it probably isn't appropriate. So please make sure, again, do reach out to us, ask questions, but I think we know what that should look like in a school setting, and we look forward to seeing you all look like young professional learners.
Attendance, we want you here every day so that you're learning. We do miss you when you're not here, believe it or not. And so just wanted to let you know that your attendance is important so that you're not falling behind in your classes, you're not missing out on things that can't be made up at home or in homework. There are things, conversations that happen, assignments that take place in class that can't be made up at other times. Punctuality is also very important as well. And so we do have a tardy policy here at Meadowbrook. And so we do ask that you make sure that you are at school on time every day, and that you are also attending your classes on time also. If you're late to your classes, your teachers are able to write you up with an infraction, and usually it's a detention that's assigned to go along with being tardy. So it's very important that you're in your classes on time, so you can start the learning right away. You're not disrupting classes, and then making sure that you're here on time in the morning as well. That's very important. The first bell rings at 7:35, and then you're expected to be in your seat, or in your classroom, I should say, by 7:40. So just make sure that your attendance is something that you are making a priority also.
And please keep in mind, relative to attendance, if we see frequent tardies, it is something we do reach out to parents for and have a conversation with them about. So, we don't ever want to have that conversation. If it's a once-in-a-while thing, we understand things happen. But talk to your teachers. If there's something that you need to step out of class for, make sure you go to class first. Ask permission. Talk to your teacher about it. Don't just show up 5 minutes later into class and expect there not to be consequences. There will be. And many times that consequence looks like either a detention or a call home, and we don't like to have to make those calls. So let's get in class on time. Let's get off the yard. Let's use lunch for social time, and let's use class time for learning.
All right. So, cell phones. I know that's a big one. And over the last couple weeks with school starting, some of you who have been following our cell phone policy because you remember it, thank you for doing that. Those of you that are unsure about it or were like, hey, do we even have a cell phone policy? We do. And it's the same as it has been over the last several years. And so with your cell phones are expected to be turned off before you come in through the school gates, and then put away in your backpack or in your pocket where it can't be seen, and then you're able to turn it back on when you leave through the school gates at the end of the day. Now, your teachers may allow you to use your cell phones during class time, and that's totally fine as long as you have permission. And the cell phone usage is what your teacher is saying. So if your teacher says, hey, pull out your cell phone, you can use Google on there to do some research, then that's what you're using it for. Cell phones are not to be used during the school day to make phone calls or to be texting or, putting stuff on Snapchat or Instagram. Or any of those social media sites. If you do need to make a phone call during the day and you're not in class or your teacher is not able to let you do it during class time, you are welcome to come to the office and use the office phone to make a phone call. But your cell phone should not be used to be communicating outside of school during the regular school day. The other piece with electronics is also headphones, ear pods. Those are all considered electronics, and those also need to be put away. Otherwise, they will be taken. And so if you have your cell phone out or your headphones out or your ear pods during the school day and it's not in a classroom where you've been given permission, then any staff member can take your cell phone and turn it into the assistant principal's office or your iPads or ear pods, whatever the electronic device is. The first time that happens, you get a warning. The second time after that, your parent or somebody, an adult, has to actually come pick up the item from the office. We will not release it to the student. So please follow our cell phone policy. It's in place. I do know that we have talked about having conversations about revisiting this policy. So please know that we understand that students want different options with their cell phones, but for right now, our cell phone policy that has been in place in past years is also in place this year while we continue to have conversations about what it could possibly look like in the future.
And please keep in mind that us revisiting that conversation really depends on how you treat or how you comply with the current rules. If we are hearing from teachers and from our folks on the yard that are supervising lunchtime and passing periods that students are abusing the current policy, then we will not be considering any changes to that policy because we understand that that's something that we have to honor for now. But going forward, do please keep in mind everything that was said here. Teachers have full discretion. They have to give you permission to use your cell phone for things that are academically connected in the classroom, not for things that are social. And the other thing I want to mention is if you're going to say that you are going to be talking to your parent, texting your parent, calling your parent or somebody else for an emergency, that's something that has to go through the main office anyway. So please keep in mind that we are all here to communicate with each other and help, but there are protocols we have to follow, and cell phones, we do not want to see those abused. We want to see them used and leveraged for learning. Okay?
One of the things that we want to talk about is the way that our school campus looks. And so when you look around our school campus, when you come in the morning, our campus is very clean. If you have been on other middle school campuses or even high school campuses, we are very fortunate that we have a custodial crew that really takes pride in the way our campus looks. And we need you to help us with that. And so we are asking that, make sure that you're throwing away your trash. If you see something on the floor, and even if it wasn't yours or you didn't put it there, please help us. Just pick it up and throw it away. To go along with that safe campus and the way that our campus looks, we do not allow gum here at school, and so those are things that you will be written up for. So please make sure that if you have been bringing gum to school, you've been chewing gum, please make sure that you just leave it at home or leave it in your backpack for after school, because we do not allow gum chewing here on our campus. But it would be really nice if you could help us with keeping the campus clean, especially during the lunch periods or right after. That's where we tend to find that there's a lot more trash that's being left around. And then please make sure you're using the recycle bins as well. Every classroom has a recycling bin for paper and for plastic bottles and cans, as well as outside in the quad area too. So please make sure that if you have like a water bottle, when it's empty, put it in the recycling bin. If it's not empty, water the grass, water a tree, and then put the bottle in the recycling bin to help us with the recycling and keep with the environment too.
The bottom line is that this is our campus, right? So if I walk by as an administrator, as a teacher, as a student, and I see trash on the floor, it does not matter if it's not mine. I should take responsibility for picking it up, throwing it away, and keeping our campus clean. So please help us with that. Take responsibility for our campus, not just for what mess may have been left behind. And the bottom line is also, if we see that continuing to be a trend, it will be addressed in other ways. Other conversations we have to have about privileges on campus all are contingent and all basically are connected to whether or not we're taking care of the environment we're here to learn in. So help us take care of the campus, be responsible. We've met a really awesome group of 6th graders this year. We're really glad to have you and be connected to our campus. And we also know that our 7th and 8th grade students are here to mentor you and teach you what it means to be a Meadowbrook student. That means keeping our campus safe, clean, and healthy.
And that kind of brings us to our last point here, is the statement that everything speaks. So from the way that you carry yourself, the way you interact with people, the way you talk to people, the way that you treat them, even when you think that nobody else knows or nobody else is looking or listening, please know that the way that you treat others, the way that you speak with others, it all says something about who you are as a person. And so just be mindful of that. Remember our community of kindness. I forgot to say one thing. I'm going to say it. We didn't talk about horseplay, but that's why we don't allow horseplay here, where you're messing around or playing around with your friends and then things escalate. So all of those things matter. We want you to have a great time here at Meadowbrook. I know we've just probably bored you or brought up some questions for you, but we really like to have fun, and we really are here to help support you. And if you can do your part with some of the things we just went over, if you have questions, come by, see us, ask your teachers. We're happy to answer those questions for you. But just remember that we're all here to help each other and help support each other, and let's have a great school year this year.
And I'll leave you with this. Meadowbrook, thank you all for welcoming here. It's great to be back here. But students in particular, I've given a lot of compliments to our teachers, to our parents, to our families, how awesome this campus is and how awesome you guys are. You've been very, very welcoming and very warm. And I appreciate getting to know you, and I look forward to working with you this year. So let's have a great year.
Yeah. I think we have to be done because Mr. Ismay is falling asleep on the other side of the camera right now. Just kidding. Have a good year, Meadowbrook.
Bye,
We'll see you
everybody.
soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Please stand. Face the flag. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.